year, U.S. Congress members and representatives of Taiwan's diplomatic allies are among hundreds of guests gathered for an annual celebration of Taiwan's National Day in Washington, D.C., but with one noticeable absence. The top official at the U.S.'s de facto Taiwan embassy, its U.S.-based chair, who often attends this event, is missing. That's because right now, the American Institute in Taiwan, or AIT, has no chair. Its previous chair, Laura Rosenberger, exited the post in January as U.S. President Donald Trump started his second term. AIT kept the move low-key, only confirming her departure after local media spotted that she was suddenly listed on the AIT website as a former chair and that her profile picture and name had been removed from the AIT chair account on X. Now, over 8 months later, the role still has not been filled. TaiwanPlus spoke with multiple people familiar with the matter, including current and former officials from both Taiwan and the U.S., most of whom requested anonymity, to understand more about what this may mean. We learned from at least 2 sources that conversations about a new AIT chair are ongoing, with veteran diplomat Brent Christensen floated as a possibility. Christensen, who headed the AIT's Taipei office from 2018 to 2021, did not respond to a request for comment on these conversations. Some feel filling this role is important. As the top official at AIT, the chair is an intermediary between the U.S. and Taiwan. The two sides don't have official diplomatic relations, cut off in 1979 when the U.S. established relations with China, but they do maintain unofficial ties, which the AIT chair helps maintain.
Yes, absolutely. Welcome again. Thank you. It's wonderful to see you here.
For example, they meet with Taiwanese officials when they visit the U.S.
When you had someone at a senior level come from Taiwan, they want to be shown respect. And having that chairman at that senior level who can say, oh, I talked to the Secretary of State and he asked me to say thank you for something you had done for him a year ago. You know, technically it's not important, but yeah, it really is important.
The chair also helps formulate and execute U.S. policy on Taiwan, participating in U.S. government meetings. When the post is empty, Keegan says it's possible their seat could be filled with someone with less specific expertise on the country.
When it comes to Taiwan-specific issues, they can't say, oh yeah, I was talking to Ray Green in Taipei on the phone yesterday, and we were trying to hash this out, and here's what we heard. That doesn't happen. And that's a weakness, particularly on an issue as sensitive as Taiwan.
Other former U.S. diplomats say filling the role may be an important signal for U.S.-Taiwan relations.
I'm certain it's important to have the chair. I think, the staff who are actually at the AIT missions, in Kaohsiung and in Taipei are doing their job very, very well. But I do think it would be appropriate and important as at least a signal of the importance of the relationship between Taiwan and the United States that the chair position be filled as soon as possible.
But there are others who view the role as less critical. One former AIT official called the position primarily ceremonial, emphasizing that its responsibilities can now be performed by others. Though the presence of an AIT chair could still be seen as symbolic, the official said, it has little impact on AIT's operations or U.S. policy on Taiwan. A former Taiwan diplomat also pointed out that on central U.S.-Taiwan issues this year, like trade talks between the two sides, U.S. and Taiwanese negotiators were able to meet directly and did not need the AIT chair as an intermediary. Chair vacancies are not necessarily unusual, Keegan said, during periods of transition between U.S. administrations. But this does appear to be the longest gap in recent years. The longest ever vacancy was around 2 years, between 2004 and 2006, but records show there was a designated acting chair during that time. Keegan and other sources say the holdup in appointing a new chair may be due to multiple parts of the U.S. government needing to agree on a candidate, which may take some time. It's also part of a wider trend, as the Trump administration has moved slowly on appointing many senior-level diplomatic positions, many of which remain open. This could have to do with understaffing in some offices, as well as other factors.
It's also because this administration wants to go through a far more intensive political loyalty vetting. Okay? And that means not only are you only getting candidates from one party, you're only getting candidates from one sliver of one party. And that means you don't have a lot of candidates.
This also comes as the Trump administration has several times appeared to undercut relations with Taiwan during trade negotiations with China. And as Trump says, he plans to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping in person later this month. AIT did not respond to a request for comment. In a statement, a spokesperson for the U.S. State Department, which is responsible for recommending a candidate to the AIT Board of Trustees, said it has no announcements at this time regarding the chair position, but stressed that the U.S.'s position on Taiwan has not changed, remaining committed to its one China policy and preserving stability in the Taiwan Strait. The U.S. Senate did also just approve dozens of political appointees, including diplomatic posts, signaling some movement on that front. But for the U.S.'s de facto embassy in Taiwan, it's still unclear how long the wait will be to get its top spot filled. James Lin and Cadence Quaranta for TaiwanPlus.